Yeah, we thinking for your spirit.
Kids ain't ready. Real company. Here we go. What's up?
No matter how many ways it's written, no matter how many ways you spit it, yeah, we still come with it.
Lord, what you want, come get it. What's up, everybody? It's your friendly neighborhood black guy, Quan Teasy, with the Red Pill Reality here with another video, trying to explain from a Christian black conservative perspective what's going on in the world, like, you know, politics, pop culture, movies, all that and above, all that in the bag of chips, talking about how family issues and things of that nature, and trying to help us kind of weed through and wade through all the junk and minutia and information that we get, the fake news that we get throughout the day. Today we're going to talk about that Omnibus bill. Woo! Yo, $1.3 trillion, trillion, not billion, trillion, $1.3 trillion that they just jumping off like that. It's gonna take, they're just paying that. I mean, that's a lot of money, yo. That's a lot of money. And under the threat of we got to get this bill passed, yo, because if we don't, the government's going to shut down. It's going to shut down again. How many times is the government going to shut down? Like, dang, for real? Like, if you got your on threat of your life getting cut off at your own house every other month, like, you got to do something different, right? Like, dang, like, why the government got to shut down, almost shut down, whenever anything's about to happen, you know, some bill is about to be passed. But, you know, I don't want you guys to be ignorant of what's going on here. This is I think either the second largest or the largest budget bill, spending bill that has been passed in the history of the nation. Yo, them boys up on Capitol Hill are gangster. Them boys is gangster up there. They spending money like it ain't nothing, like it's water, like, you know, like they Jay-Z or something. So let's see. Let's hash this out right quick. So what's in that bill? And wouldn't we think that Republicans, on the side of, you know, the Republican side, that they don't want to spend money like that they are trying to be fiscally conservative and, you know, trying to, like, keep their ducats in their pocket, you know, for a rainy day for what we actually need it for. You know, you spend money when you're at the house and you got your check from work or whatever. You spend money on things you need, right? And then the things that you want, you might put them to the side until the things you need are taken care of. That's common sense, right? I'm going to buy my food first. I'm going to put gas in my car. I'm going to pay my rent, put money to the side for the rent. I'm going to put money to the side for the electric bill. I'm going to make sure, you know, all of that's taken care of, right? You want to make sure that the important stuff is taken care of first, and then you mess with, you know, your Xbox game that you want to get, or then you mess with, like, you know, them Jordans that you was trying to cop, or your kid wants an iPhone or something, which if your parents, if you're getting your young kids an iPhone, you need to smack. Anyway, but, you know, like, the things you want come later. You know what I'm saying? They come after you pay for the things that's important. So let's expand that out to the country. What are the things that we need in this country to make so that we can live and do all them other things that we want to do? Well, the number one thing that most people would say is that, you know, the defense of our country. Like, for real. Like, if we don't have a country, if we don't have the ability to defend ourselves or keeping up with everybody else or being ahead of everybody else, then there can be an imminent threat. I mean, we're as open as it is anyway, with a whole bunch of soft targets. And the military has gone a long time without raises, you know, and I talked to a friend of mine who's been in the military for a long time and is not just a regular dude in the military. He's raised up in the ranks, and he said, yes, for a long time, our military has been lacking. And you know, people say, oh, we don't need to spend that much money on the military. Until somebody comes over here and bombs the mess out of us, then they're going to be like, oh, what happened? What happened? Yeah, we need to spend money on the military. We need to make sure that we're protected. Like, I'm going to put money into my alarm system in my house to make sure I'm protected. I'm going to protect my family first. That's going to happen first. So we're protected from the wolves and the people out there that want to take what we got. So in order to increase some spending on military, now I know that grates some of y'all liberals, man. That makes y'all just go, oh, we're just, the military-industrial complex, your young Turk people. But you'd be the first ones that will have the military protect you when you're going somewhere. Anyway, that's another video. So we got to protect ourselves, and so money, in order to pass a bill so that money can go to the military that's sorely needed, a lot of other junk was put into this bill as well. So let me just hit you on something. Let me school you to something. In Washington, you got side A and side B that have to agree on how money is spent, right? And so side A says, well, we want to spend money on this, that, and the third. Side B says, nah, I want to spend money on this, that, and the third, and the fourth, and the fifth. So they got to come to an agreement before cash comes out the pocket to spend for these things, like a husband and wife. Now, if they don't agree, then no cash comes out the pocket and nobody gets paid. That's where the whole government shutdown comes. So, one side says, well, we need to pay for the military, we need to pay for increasing this and increasing that, and another side throws in all their other little things. Now, the other side, side B, is a little salty because they don't got as much pull as side A. But the way the government is set up is that even if side B doesn't have as much pull as side A right now, they still have a say-so and can stop things from happening. So side A is like, yo, in order for the money to go pay for what we needed to pay for, we're going to have to give side B some stuff. So our president was unhappy with having to sign this bill today, felt like he had to sign this bill under the threat of the government shutting down or not being able to fund our military, which ticked him off. You could tell in the speech, he's like, man, I didn't want to sign this, and I'm never signing this kind of bill ever again. It's going to strap us for later. It really is. People might say, well, every time they do the spending stuff, it doesn't do nothing for me. My life don't even change at all. Well, that might be true in the immediate, but later on down the line, when you want your Social Security, when you want the wages to go up, when you want your roads and things taxes will keep going up higher and higher because we're spending crazy now. So it is going to affect you later. Let me just tell you some of these things that are in the spending bill. $1.3 trillion. Man, what could you do with $1.3 trillion? I mean, or 1.3, well, I could use $1.3 right now. Yeah. But not only was it used to increase the military, but before we talk about that, let me tell you how jacked up it is. 2,300 pages. 2,300 pages. 2,300 pages is in this bill. And nobody got to really read it because it was just drafted and submitted 16 hours before they had to vote on it. How many of y'all could read 2,300 pages of boring legalese that means a lot but is boring in 16 hours? Nope, none of y'all, nobody. Nope, none of you. Stop lying. You couldn't do it. So why would they do that? Why would they submit a bill so late? Well, partially because they sat on their butts and they couldn't get together. Secondly, because they don't want nobody to read what's in the bill. And they're talking about some of the things in the bill is ridiculous. Like Trump was saying, like it's a waste of money. In order to pay for the military, the Democrats held us hostage to the things that they want to pass the bill so our military can get the money they need. By the way, it's a record increase in pay for our military, which I think is great. That needed to happen a long time ago, so they're going to get raises. So that's one thing. That 16 hours ago, before it was passed, they just submitted the bill, and it's 2,300 pages, and that's too mad long. That's way long. But there's gun control increases in it to try to close some loopholes in the gun control thing. They say they gave Trump his border wall. No, they didn't. They didn't give him. They gave him a fraction of the money that needed for the border wall. Only 120 miles of fence, the wall that's already there, is going to get refurbished and fixed up. That's all. He didn't get nothing else for the wall. He didn't get nothing else. The president, like I said, didn't really like it. A lot of fat and and junk was buried in this bill. Let me find out Planned Parenthood was in this bill. Let me find that out. I'm gonna tear it up. Let me find that out. But a lot of stuff, and it's actually more than what Obama spent. So this ain't good, bruh. This ain't good, y'all. We just gonna have to keep trusting God for our own finances. You pay them tithes, and you be a giver, and God's not part of this economy, so you don't got to worry about that. But yeah, that's really what it's about, man. Like, don't let the media fool you. You're Chucky Shoo and crazy like a fox, Pelosi. They all happy. They skipping and jumping and running through the tulips. They happy. They got what they wanted. They feel like they done did it. They got it. Woo! And you got these Republicans up on the hill that are just yellow-bellied and ain't got no backbone and just gonna give them what they want. Finally, the liberals cry and whine long enough and threaten to shut down the government. We're gonna shut down the government, and then they turn around and blame it on the Republicans. We're gonna shut the government down, and then then Trump ends up signing the bill, thinking that he has to kind of give that in order to give money for the military. I don't know what other ways would have been around it to do that, but so that's what it is. That's what this whole omnibus thing is about. Crazy. So we'll see how it shakes out. We'll see if it actually affects anybody in the immediate. But it's crazy how much money they just spent, on this bill, so we can avoid the government shutdown. So I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? You think it was too much? You think that Trump gave in? You're disappointed? Are you happy with the bill? The 2,300 pages of the bill. What y'all think? Comment below about that and see what's up. I got some other videos coming up. We got some exciting things going on in the life of the Red Pill Reality. We are here to wake everybody up, to make sure y'all see that as believers, we need to take the red pill and let our worldview be shaped by Christ. We can do it, and we can make a difference. All is not left, all is not lost. So if you like what you hear, you want to share my video, please do so. Hit the like button, turn on your notifications so you can know whenever I'm putting a video up. We're going to be opening up a Patreon pretty soon. We're going to be putting videos on other platforms as well. You know how YouTube be getting it. YouTube be tripping. Yeah, so like I said, like, subscribe, follow us, comment below. Let me know what you think about this omnibus bill. This $1.3 trillion. We love y'all. Be good. Love God. Hate sin. I'm out.